7:20, 20 after 7. Good morning this morning, Big 550 KTRS. You can certainly watch us at KTRS.com, and you can watch us at STLtoday.com. Go to the Opinion tab, and we are right there. We're broadcasting from the First Rule Film and Broadcast Studios in Brentwood Boulevard, right there in University Tower on the 16th floor. Nick Pister, our friend from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Good morning, Nick Pister. Nick, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. Thanks for checking in. First of all, Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah,
I might say you actually this show you owe me after the debacle where I saved your YouTube channel.
I have owed you for years, Nick Pister, whether or not you got our 17,000 videos back up or not. I still owe you. You and I will be forever linked in the annals of television news.
Yeah. I didn't want to point it out or anything.
Well, look, right after your story appeared, posted about 15 minutes later, YouTube put back the 1,700 videos that they had taken down.
Immediately.
The power of the press, my friend. I know who to go to. All right, let's talk about Larry Rice. This has been a thorn in the side of the city of St. Louis for years. What might happen later today?
I think they're going to have a hearing later today. They've been having a proceeding for more than a year. Some downtown residents and developers have been seeking to shut down this facility or fundamentally change the way it operates. It's going to culminate this afternoon where the committee will make a decision. I think it'll be somewhat kind of half-baked. I don't think you're going to see homeless people being ordered to leave Larry Rice's shelter 2 days before Christmas. I do think that they will take some sort of action, but it'll be sort of retroactive. They'll have a couple of months to figure out what they're going to do. Most likely it'll be that the city will have to enforce, and why it hasn't been enforced in this, I don't know, but they'll have to enforce this occupancy permit that they've given Larry Rice when he opened in 1976, that he can have only 32 people there at night, and routinely he has close to 300.
I lived across the street from that new evangelistic center, and we all want to help the homeless. The St. Patrick's Center is just a few blocks in the other direction, but they have camped out on the streets. They've brought their blankets and pillows, and I mean, it's been a scourge. They urinate in the streets. They panhandle. It's just certainly not good for the neighborhood. Why now is the city finally getting quote unquote tough with these guys?
I think they have to. You have some developers who have been very committed to the city. You have developers who have worked very hard to bring residents back downtown. Downtown's population has gone significantly up since they've been here. You've seen a lot of, I know this is controversial, but gentrification along Washington Avenue. You've seen millions of dollars put, $70 million was put in the St. Louis Public Library, which is just across the street. $70 million was renovated to that. And I think one of their concerns is what you see now is, when Larry opens his shelter in the morning, when people leave, they immediately just go across the street to the library and they wait there and then go back to Larry's at night. So I think you have a lot of entities like that are worried about the overall homeless approach, but they don't believe that one specific area has to be the only place that people are walking in and out of at any given time for homeless services.
But again, I think Larry Rice has successfully beaten the city back time and time again. This sort of pops up, but what is it about now? Is Mayor Slay or Mayor Rainford finally saying enough is enough? Did something happen? Why now?
I think there's been a lot of pressure on them from the residents, the young professionals, from a large group of people who have moved into downtown St. Louis, as well as the business interest. I think that pressure has caused a lot of people to really want to actually take this on, and this has been going on for a long time, as you've said. I think finally the forces have come together. It's taken the one developer, Brad Waldrop, who's been the sort of figurehead of this. It's taken a year and a half of his own lawyers to go in there and do this. Larry himself, has assets between $40 to $50 million. He's able to fight these things in court all day long and stave everybody off. And he's actually vowing to take whatever happens today to the state courts and and possibly to the federal courts and mount a religious argument.
Okay, right. So assuming that the board rules that they're in violation of the whatever ordinance, what are Larry Rice's recourses? And I mean, is this going to be tied up in courts then for years?
Well, I think we will see this court action going on for quite some time. I think he will go to the state court. Whether or not a judge gives him, a stay where he can continue operating, while this goes to the court, I don't know. I think the city could really enforce this 32-person permit and probably get by with it. And so then I think you'll see Larry, who has said, he's going to continue operating like he has. So he'll defy that, and then I think that's when you could see it ultimately, the city actually really order the place entirely shut down.
Are the barricades still up around the New Life Evangelistic Center?
I believe they were. There was some talk that they were taken down, but I believe that they still are up now.
Yeah, and then that park on the other side, or on the back side, in between the library and Washington Avenue, that park's been redone. They used to be a homeless park, and they sort of cordoned that off for a while as well.
Yeah, it's a dog park now, and that's always been an issue too, because the park was remodeled and then it was fenced off, and it became a big issue that it was fenced off too long, and they were saying that it was to keep the homeless out, and so there have been those issues as well, and the city's been really cracking down on homeless people sleeping out there and sleeping out into the parks, out by the library and some other places.
Yeah. Nick Pister following this story about Larry Rice and his homeless shelter, which has caused so much controversy over a number of years. It's also basically a block or two away from the new police headquarters.
Yeah, it's right down the street from the new police headquarters. It's actually nearby where I live downtown. I see a lot of these folks every day. And the residents who have moved in, they are the really the ones driving it, the ones
right.
who have signed the petition to shut this down. It's something that's very personal to them.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see a lot of folks from the county or Illinois. They drop the homeless people off right downtown, right near the shelter, and it happens all the time. And I think what the city of St. Louis is saying, we are doing more than enough for homeless services. We're doing, more than anyone else in this region. It's time for the county to step up. It's time for Illinois to step up, and they're just not doing it because, frankly, the people who live in other parts of this region, they're fine with Larry Rice operating right where he is. They don't want to move an expert now.
It's a great point, Nick Pister. We'll read more at stltoday.com. While we still have you, how's your book coming?
It's going very well. Working on another project. Can't talk about what it is, but if you want to read the current one for the holiday season, it's called The Axe Murders of Saxtown. It's a true story about a German immigrant massacre in Illinois in 1874.
Yeah, pick it up at your favorite local website at Amazon.com. Any movie talk about that book? That'd be a pretty
not
good
at
movie.
the moment. I hope something shakes out. So.
You should call Jay Kanzler. Jay Kanzler would love to do that story.
Yeah.
Of course, he follows up after his smash hit of Marshall the Miracle Dog.
Right.
Nick, Merry Christmas. Thanks for checking in.
Goodbye.
All right. Nick Pister, ladies and gentlemen, St. Louis Post-Dispatch reporter who sat 2 inches from me as Nancy Grace kicked me off her television show so many years ago. 7:30 here.